Good morning, Mr. Akilur, Rahman. Thanks for joining us this morning's podcast session in Frost and Sullivan. We also appreciate your presence to have joined us for the briefing earlier today. We are happy to host you and really appreciate the time that you have taken to be part of this session as well as the podcast. I know you're dealing with some very interesting stuff that you do at ABB. And ABB, of course, is a company that is known for a lot of innovations in different areas. And in a sense, there is a lot of things that you do that drives industry, economy, and touch people's lives on different aspects. So today, specifically on the technology part, I would like to kind of discuss a few things of what ABB is doing and how it's been personally gratifying for you. So I'd like to start by checking with you that in your opinion, how do you rate the importance of technology adoption within the industry that you play? And what are the game-changing technologies that are likely to influence the industry?
Okay, so first of all, thank you, Mr. Anand, for giving me this opportunity to speak. And we had a very interesting session today, so on the technologies, evolving technologies. So, being from a company which is more than 135 years old, ABB, so we have been pioneering in different technologies, starting from Industry 2.0, and today we are in Industry 4.0. I think it's all about how you develop technologies, continuously innovate in the space you are in with your core technologies, and also look at the enabling technologies. So I can say that earlier it used to be a more captive kind of development of the technologies, core technologies, and you also build the enabling technology. But today I think it's very important that we focus on the core technology as well as look at enabling technologies which are coming from the other domains, and look at how effectively we can integrate them to provide more value to the end users, to the industries, to the infrastructure, to the society, to the utilities. And the game-changing technology, if you see today, I mean, we are in the space of utilities. We are in the space of industry, transport, infrastructure. On the utility side, especially the power and energy, penetration of renewables is one of the game changers, and we can see that now it's the contribution of renewable is increasing day by day. And the second one is energy internet. We're talking about how do you connect all these different sources of energy, consumption of energy in a digitalized way that you can have faster transaction, the commercial transactions, and also the control optimization of the energy on the source side as well as on the demand side. I think the automation, the digitalization technology is enabling it. And we are talking about also the consumers of energy, they are going to be also producers. So it's going to be highly distributed generation of energy, not limiting to large fossil fuel plants, but also energy like solar, wind, and also rooftop, for example. I mean, that's how the consumers will be producers of energy. I think this digitalization will basically, the energy internet will combine all this, including usage of blockchain in that space, how a consumer and producer of energy, individual can also interact and sell his energy which is stored to another person in the same city or maybe elsewhere. Coming to the industry side, Industry 4.0, this fourth industrial revolution we're talking about, I think that's the game changer, and that includes digitalization technologies. That includes also how do we apply optimization artificial intelligence, big data analytics, process analytics, and also the technologies like 5G, which is coming, and using them effectively to do the real-time control of a plant, factory, which has been there, but it is the scope of that is broadening. And on the transport side, of course, we have this electric mobility, which is getting into and having technologies available for fast charging, ultra fast charging, flash charging. I think that's also a game changer. And then mobility as a service. With this, I think a lot of vehicles, cars, they will be working on a model which is as a service.
Thanks a lot. So you drew upon points related to the big history that you have, a long history of almost about 135 years in this. And you also gave good explanation about different investments that you do related to different technologies, and about the specific aspects that all of us are quite hooked on today is in terms of rapid charging, fast charging from an energy side. So there are a number of options available. So how do you prioritize your technology investments within ABB?
Okay. So what we do, we develop technologies. Sometimes they are futuristic. We continuously do that, and we also are aware that things which we see today, the technology we see, that they are more long-term, but they can become mid-term, short-term. The way the markets are moving, the way the user preferences, the way the business models are evolving, I think we try to address all these in terms of short-term technologies, mid-term and long-term. But we also see that how we address time to market. I think technologies are there. We develop, we also have other industries developing the same thing. But the one which comes faster to the market and commercialize it, they are the winner, and also they are the trendsetter, I would say. So that's what we try to focus, that we come to the market with the right kind of technologies and the application of that towards the end users. That is what we focus. And at the same time, we also develop technologies which are evolving. We also keep a watch on the technologies, and at the right point of time, we adapt those technologies and productize them.
Very nice, very nice. I think you've given us a very good picture of your prioritization of investment so that you get a better return on investment, and you have a very logical process about it. But one thing that we as analysts always are eager to get your opinions is that it's not always as rosy as it shows. Because if you look up at the hype cycle, there is a large hype cycle for innovations.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to draw your thoughts on what are the most significant challenges that you face when you prioritize and when you are, of course, in the forefront of the digital initiatives that we're all witnessing now.
Yeah. I think the challenges are also from the end user industries. Basically, there is a perception that things are working fine. They have automation in the plant. They have continuous process going on. They're also optimized because it's not new. The real-time automation in the plant and factories they have there. So when they think about digitalization, what do we get additional? And although they are very excited about the new technologies, the digital technologies, and then you can have a look at your plant processes, what's happening in the plant on your mobile, on your tab, sitting at home, but they're not sure how it is going to improve the performance of their operation. I think although we as technology provider, we are able to convince, we can show, demonstrate, but I think the challenges they are facing, how do they link those improvements in their operational cost? And I think the industries are also looking for how do I improve my EBIT, for example.
Yeah.
And many cases they also think that we have to make some investment. How do we get the return faster? Although there is ROI, many times the ROI is 6 months, 1 year, but then I think that there they face these challenges. And we, being a company who we have specific business model, like we provide technologies, we commission, we deploy, and we also provide support. Many times the customer expectation is also that can we bring in the capex, for example, for that.
Okay.
And that becomes so we are not into that business model. Okay, I think here how we can bring in additional stakeholders who can play a role, for example, providing capex to the operating companies who can really look at their OPEX and then on a continuous basis see the impact of digitalization in their bottom line on a continuous basis. I think I think this is evolving, and I would say technologies are there, they're proven, we are validated, we can prove. The only thing is on the receiver side, I think a little bit of adjustment, the mindset. Of course, there are people who have been working in the industry, in the factories for years together, so they always see that, this is something new, whether this is going to work or not. Reliability of that is always a question mark for them. But as technology provider, we do take care of that. Anything we do, whether we replace or we extend, we always validate in our lab. We also validate with pilots, and then we go to the customer, and then it's more like a co-creation kind of thing, co-innovation, co-creation. That's the space today. Earlier it used to be like, you provide the technology, we use it. But today let's do it together. I think that's
okay. I think from what I've heard is that you have a complete integrated solution, plus you have checks and balances for every challenges that you are saying. It's such a pleasure to get your views, Mr. Akilur, Rahman. We really appreciate your thought leadership on all of this, and we look forward to kind of continuing this particular discussions in our future forums. And thanks a lot for being part of this.
Thank you very much. It was an interesting discussion, and I think with this we also learn how do we bring the technology closer to the user and make them use.
Thank you. Thank you very much.